everyone. Welcome to Minecraft Bible Talk, where I build something in Minecraft and talk about a Bible passage related to it. I've done this for both Easter and Christmas, so let's stick to the theme of holidays and go into Valentine's Day, with the build of today being a honey farm. Today's passage is 1 Corinthians 13 in the New Testament. For background, the Corinthian letters were written to the city of Corinth in Greece, and as such worship Greek gods like Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Paul, the author of this letter, had some things to say about love, but not how the Corinthians understood it. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but do not love, I have nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Have you ever done or said something to someone with such passion? Well, though others don't see the love you put into something, you do. But if something is created or spoken without love, you feel empty. Even if you convince a crowd but do not love, what's there to gain? A bit of context, there are about 5 to 4 types of love: brotherly, romantic, as friends, and unconditional love. These are storge, philia, eros, and agape. This topic covers all manners of love, so you can show this love to everyone. It doesn't have to be specific to romantic, or your parents, or your family. So if you can't gain anything without love, how do we love? Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. These are all great and right definitions of love, and interestingly enough, all can be shown by actions. Reading the list, you can observe someone being patient, kind, not envy, not dishonoring, not self-seeking, not proud, not delighting in evil but rejoicing with the truth, and so on. These are all actions we can practice to others and ourselves. This is also not quite easy or natural. More on this later. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. Have you believed something as a kid, or just younger than you are now, but now you know differently? A bit of background, I was in Bible quizzing about 9 years ago, and we were memorizing 1st and 2nd Corinthians at the time. And me being young and memorizing these verses, I didn't understand these specific ones, how it was all about love, but then all of a sudden it talks about being a kid. But that's also the point. You understand things differently as a kid compared to an adult. A good summary I heard a while ago was, the love of God is shallow enough for a child to wade in, and deep enough for a man to drown in. As a kid, we understand things at face value. But when we grow up to adulthood, we learn to read in between the lines, make sure we don't get scammed or hurt. But as verse 12 says, we all see as through a reflection in a mirror. Not the real thing, but we will see the real thing face to face. And now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. This verse stands alone, but perfectly wraps up God's unconditional love. Faith is the confidence of things hoped for, and the assurance of things not seen. But our faith will be made complete, and hope is the assurance of future fulfillment, which is essentially faith in a way, but like faith, it will be made complete when Christ returns. But love doesn't end, at least not God's love. And there's a difference from God's love and man's love. Biblical love shown here does not come naturally to us, as growing up with my siblings made sure of that. But God gives us the ability to love as He did. Love to the point of giving your life for someone else, as Jesus did on the cross. Yes, that was Jesus showing His love for us all, not willing that we would all die and be separated from Him. So how will you show love like this to someone? Don't worry, it doesn't have to be your Valentine if you don't have one. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And until next time, God bless, have a water buffalo, and I love you.